don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop.
Hello guys, how is everybody doing? My light is a little bit too light, and then my other light kind of like went out, so I'm just trying to make it through this stream, y'all. How is everybody doing? Now, y'all, we on Kick. Now, I don't know if y'all heard of Kick or if y'all on Kick. If you are, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We are live on Twitch. I don't know if y'all on Twitch. Some of y'all on Twitch because y'all have been following me on Twitch. I really, really appreciate it. And then who's ever on Facebook, we are live on Facebook. And let's see what y'all saying in the chat. And this is what one of the messages in the chat, y'all. I said maybe I need to do a giveaway or something, but yeah, it would be nice to at least get to 100K by the end of this year. But if we don't make it, hey, it's okay. But listen, we can try to make it to 100K. That would be really, really nice. And I'm doing good. Black and Gold Beauty, thank you for asking. And hey to Crystal EA. Who else is in here? Boggs Girl, Rashonda. Thank everybody in the chat. How y'all feeling? It just seems like the atmosphere is a little bit weird with everything that's going on in the world. I don't know about y'all, but I've been feeling a little down, especially, with everything that's happening in the news. And I've been trying to not watch that stuff. At some point it can become depressing. We have a crazy mentally ill president that need to go some damn where. So how y'all feeling with everything that's going on in the world? It's just sometimes it's just crazy to even it's crazy that we gotta, well, how did this man get there? Like, it's just like, feel like we in the Twilight Zone or some shit. I'm just like, what is really going on? Well, they say that he's been ordered to release, SNAP benefits and things like that. And we're going to get into that because I got an update with regards to that. But yeah, it's just a lot going on. And now we are, looming on the, the Thanksgiving holiday. I don't know if you guys have heard with regards to the, what am I trying to say? With regards to the, airlines are now canceling a lot of flights. I'm just like, what the heck is going on? So there is a lot going on. So we got to keep our spirits up, child, because it's like so much going on. I'm just like, this is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. So does anybody have any plans for the holidays? Is anybody traveling? I'm going to be at home. I was thinking about, I was trying to do something different this year. The holidays for me are very different. The simple fact is because both of my grandmothers are gone. Now, my last grandmother that passed, we will always, have holiday over, at her house. And now that she's gone, it's just so different. If you guys, kind of know how, well, I'm sure y'all know, like generally, when you go over your grandmother's house, you generally see everybody. But now I don't have either of my grandmothers here. It's kind of really hard because we don't really get together like that. So I was trying to maybe just do something with me and my grown kids. But I was thinking about maybe we can, go to a hotel or do something different. I just wanted to do something different opposed to cooking food all day. Cause I don't know if I told y'all, but I had surgery. Y'all gotta go check out my Lakeysha Keysha TV channel. I told y'all everything about my surgery and what happened and what I was in the hospital for. So y'all got to check that out. So I don't really eat as much. So, I'm thinking about cooking something, but I don't know, exactly how I want to do it. But I will be around here in Georgia. I don't really have any plans to like go out of town or anything like that. What y'all doing? Anybody going out of town? Anybody catching a flight anywhere? If you are, you got to be careful because they're canceling a ton of flights. I'm trying to bring up my notes on here. Let me see. That's crazy. It didn't transfer. Let me look on my other phone. But yeah, they're canceling a lot of flights and all of that stuff. Trying to bring up my notes here. All right, that's crazy. Okay. Let me bring up my notes, y'all. So let's see. All right. So the airlines to cancel thousands of flights due to the shutdown. Now, this is day 37 of the shutdown. Now, as I originally stated, a judge has ordered this crazy president to release SNAP benefits. Y'all probably heard about that as well. But of course, he said that he's going to release half, which is crazy because at this point, people need their shit. Okay. Don't get nobody no half because, in all honesty, people that get half, that shit probably ain't carrying you through the entire month anyways. So a judge has, requested that this idiot release half of the benefits. And I don't know, people may not get this in time for the holidays, The bad thing about it, though, y'all, is people have literally lost their jobs. Okay. You're talking about people losing their jobs, and then you cutting off what little help, they would have been getting. Now, here, let me see if I can share this with y'all. Or actually, I got it right here. Let's see. Let's see. Now, where is my. I got a bunch of stuff open here, y'all. Just give me a second. Somebody said release the crack. Right. Like, get these folks, like, what the hell is really going on? Like, whew. He released 40 million in Argentina. I mean, at some point. So, with regards to this here, y'all, the FAA reveals a list of 40 airports where 44,000 flights could be canceled daily. Now, this is with regards to this government shutdown. And they list the airports. I don't know where everybody lives. Of course, I am in Georgia. Y'all know the Georgia airport is there on this list. Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport is on there. They got all of the major airports: New York, LaGuardia, Chicago, Midway, Memphis International. So they're, basically saying that a lot of flights are going to be, canceled with, all of this foolery that's going on, which is really not good, So that's why I asked, are y'all traveling for the holidays? Trump doesn't believe he's going to heaven, so he doesn't care. Yeah, oh boy, isn't that crazy? So this is just a list, y'all. So that's why I asked, is anybody going out of town for the holidays? Because if you are, you better let your job know that it may be, a delay in you getting back, because they're saying that there's going to be delays. And y'all, this is day 37 of this shutdown. 37. Imagine working, not getting paid. Now, that's if you are working. Now, the other people were, what was that? What's the word I'm looking for? They were furloughed, which essentially, the furloughed people, they're at home, but they are, supposed to get paid. Imagine working somewhere and not getting paid. Hey, listen, I got to go. I don't work there no more. Don't pay me one time and I'm out of there. I don't play those type of games. I don't care. Government shut down my ass. I gotta go. Now, what is her name? It's I'm trying to remember what's Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray has some words to say about this SNAP benefit, withholding of benefits to 42 million Americans right before the holidays.
Family, that's been there, done that, and doing that, and it's assistance. And I'm all for assistance to help anybody get on their feet. You can't make a career out of it, I get that. However, to be able to have the rug snatched from up under you without allowing you to have time to get yourself together, and especially around this time, this is the holiday times. This is Thanksgiving. This is Christmas. This is family time. This is food time. This is time when you do spend money because you need to eat. You need to celebrate. You need to be thankful, and you're gathering around with your family, and the best way to do that is around the dinner table. That's what family is about. So when you're taking away the SNAP, it's like taking away the chicken leg out of the hand of who was going to feed you, or you feeding yourself, because there's no chicken leg there or a turkey leg. It's a disgrace. So we have to be able to bond together so no one is left behind and starving out there, because I'm not gonna lie, I got some family, that's been there, done that, and doing that, and it's assistance. And I'm all for assistance to help anybody get on their feet. You can't make a career out of it, I get that.
Now, I don't know if y'all heard some of the crazy shit people were saying. Everybody that's receiving food stamps is not fraud in the damn government. Now, I like what she said, though. She said, listen, it's there to help people. Of course, it's not a career. You're not making a career out of it. From my understanding, when you get on SNAP, it's because you need it. And honey, listen, if you qualify, it's because you really need it. So it should be there for people, who need it. Obviously, you can't be on it forever, but it is a, short-term thing to help people in need. So I totally agree with everything she's saying. But there was another thing, y'all, that came out with regards to this, because y'all know dumbass Donald Trump, he said that he's going to release partial benefits. And I'm just like, partial? I don't know about that. And we'll get into that, because there's a judge that was like, hell to the no. At this point, we're not releasing any partial benefits. You need to release the whole damn benefit. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I really, truly believe that his intention is to not release these benefits before the holiday. I believe that he's not going to release it because his entire everything is to make people suffer for whatever reason. This creepy old man wants people to suffer for whatever reason, which is kind of crazy to me, because what type of person wants people to suffer? Now, did y'all see this video of this lady in the Bronx? Wait a minute. I done muted it. Wait a minute. Let me unmute it.
Grant is starving.
I'm trying to see if I can get some food, because we literally don't have anything to eat today or tomorrow. So we're going to try to make ends meet, and we can.
Desperate for food, nowhere to go. Grant and many others got to the Hope Line today just to make an appointment to come back later in the week for food. Resources are slim, leaving 40% of Bronxites without money to feed themselves. Some still in shock.
You heard things before, but it's like, they're not going to let people starve. That's ridiculous, but it's like, no, that's literally like what's happening.
We hope the food pantries maintain open, because if they don't stay open, I really don't know what we're going to do next.
We asked people their reaction to hearing that the Trump administration will partially fund the SNAP program. People say it's not going to do much. They have families to feed and already struggled at the end of every month when they were receiving the full amount.
Wow, not enough. At least there's something to hold on, but I think everybody's going to have to get a second job.
It doesn't really last the whole month. Probably like 2 or 3 weeks, and then by the last week you gotta scramble to find, things.
This couple has 4 kids. The mom says pantries aren't always reliable.
They have limited supply, or by the time we get to the front of the line, then it's really nothing there. So it's hard.
She says she's holding on to faith. Meanwhile, others are worried hunger will drive crime rates up. We don't know how much money will be reloaded onto people's cards and when that will be. In Longwood, Lindsay Tanney, News 12, The Bronx.
Now they're saying 40% of the people that live in the Bronx rely on, the SNAP benefits to buy food. Now they're saying, although a federal judge ruled that the Trump administration must provide partial benefits to recipients, Trump was reportedly perplexed about where the funds would come from. Now, y'all, ain't this crazy? I think this man done spent the damn money. What is he talking about? Where is the funds going to come from? You said a lot of these people need to get up off. You said, wait a minute. A lot of these people need to get up off the ass and go find something to do. We're not talking about those people, Larry. we're not talking about those people. So, just so y'all clear, I am all for people working and having a job, but let's be honest, because I think it's that perception that if somebody receives SNAP that they don't want to work. That is not true. Now, there are people that's playing the system. We're not talking about those people, because if you really think about it, everybody would not have a job. Think about it. Everybody in the world, if everybody in the world wanted to work, there would not be enough jobs. So let's just be honest. We're not talking about the scammers, though. I mean, scammers gonna scam. So Trump thrives off chaos. He gets off on seeing the effects of things. Yes, he does. He definitely gets off on it. You're absolutely right, because this is crazy. Like, what is the benefit of you providing something to people that they had already received? This is not coming out of your pocket. So I don't understand what is the significance of not giving people food. You literally can provide SNAP benefits and still be in a government shutdown. Exactly. The elderly, the vets, the disabled. Yes, exactly. That's what I said. We have to stop thinking that everybody that receive food stamps is scamming. Now, listen, I got some people in my family, I'm sure we all do, and they scamming, honey. Yes, they do, some people may do hair. If y'all know, hair is like a cash business. You're doing hair, you getting cash, you probably reporting it to your worker that you don't have a job. I'm not talking about those people. There are literally people disabled, like was put in the chat, trust the flow, put in the chat. You got elderly people they're on a fixed income. So we're not talking about the scammers. Absolutely. Now, generally people that's scamming, they are already working. I mean, they're already working. So we definitely not talking about those people, because unfortunately, they are always going to find a way around the system. It's just, I'm telling you, it is. Now, a judge has now ordered Trump to release all of the benefits. The judge is like, listen, we're not playing this game at this point. You need to release everything. Right. Larry said, them people right there deserve to get food stamps. I'm not even talking about the lazy people, because the thing about them, listen, they gonna find a way around the system. I'm telling you, I got family members like that they gonna, and I'm sure we all do. It don't matter what happens, they will find a way to not pay. Those people exist everywhere. Those people are going to scam. And unfortunately, those people are going to do what they do. Unfortunately, that's just what they do. But I'm strictly talking about, there are people that need it. I mean, you got elderly, I was talking to my mother the other day, and I was like, "Don't you get food stamps?" Like, but yeah, they so here is the latest. A judge has ordered that Trump find the damn money to fully fund these people benefits for November, after they previously stated they would only partially pay. So at this point, the judge is like, no. You need to fund the full amount. I mean, we got damn Thanksgiving in a few days, and not even really talking about Thanksgiving. People need to eat. You have, children that's in school that's receiving free lunch. This is going to affect a lot of different communities, and it's not just. Listen, let's first of all, everybody. So let me rephrase it. It's not like the only people that get food stamps are people that don't work. You do know that people work, they get food stamps, just so you know. So it's not really about if you work or not. You have to income qualify. So just think about it. A mother, and she could be married, her and her husband got 6 kids. If they're not making a substantial income, they get food stamps. So it's not really just people that don't work. Generally, if you got 1 or 2 children, kids, and you work, you probably not going to qualify. But think about it. The average person who's probably making $10, $12 for even $15, if you got a few kids, you are going to qualify for food stamps. So it's not just about people who's not working. Okay. Yeah. It's just not about people who's not working. Listen, I remember back in the days, my sister had a child at 14, and I took care of her daughter. And I'm like, listen, I need to apply for food stamps, right? So my sister had 2 kids. I'll never forget, I was taking care of her kids. These wasn't even my kids. So I'm like, I'm applying. I couldn't even get it because they said my income was too much. And I'm like, it don't matter what my income is. These aren't my kids. Like, y'all should be giving me something, for taking care of somebody else's kids. So it's more to it than, a person not working. But like I said, even if you make decent, okay money, if you got 1 or 2 kids, you're not going to qualify. You won't qualify. But yeah, the people who need it, let those people, get what it is, that they, qualify financially, because y'all got to keep in mind, they don't get food stamps because they go in there and say it. When you apply for food stamps, let's say you work a job, they ask you where you work, they check the system to see, what your income is. So when they check it, they can see what you make. Obviously, when, Larry was talking about the scamming people, obviously, if you get money on the side, that's not going to show up. You said, unfortunately, they don't care, especially if you make over $1. Their calculations. When you say they don't care, what do you mean, Boggs girl? I know they don't care about giving you nothing, so you really got to qualify. I mean, they're not just going to give you food stamps if you don't qualify. You literally have to qualify. They're not going to give it to you. So these people, oh yeah, they won't. Yeah, you're right. They won't grant it. Like, you can, yeah, you're right. They're not going to grant you no type of public assistance. You have to income qualify. That is absolutely correct. And that's what I keep telling people, when they say, oh, they should get a job. Some people get food stamps and have a job. I have a cousin that she got like 8 kids. She gonna always qualify for food stamps unless she make like $100 and some $1,000, because with all of those kids, yeah, you gonna qualify, because that's a lot of mouth to feed. So, in that situation, when you got a whole bunch of kids, you're going to qualify because your income has to be up there. Right. She get a whole bunch of food stamps, a whole bunch. So it don't matter, like, it don't matter where she works, she going to always qualify. And that's, kind of what I'm saying. If, you can work and still qualify. People fail to realize, the cost of living is high as hell. Like, I mean, if you got a bunch of kids, I mean, at this point, it can do nothing but work, in your benefit when it comes to, like, public assistance and stuff like that. I remember back in the days, I used to try to sign up for what is that? Rent assistance and everything. I just was never lucky. But hey, if I could have got on the list, you think I wasn't finna do it? Absolutely, I was. So, for the people that qualify for it, I would say take advantage of it, but obviously, don't sit there because you never know, like in circumstances like this where, the rug has been pulled from up under people and now they're, having to figure it out. And then think about y'all, the people who've been fired from their jobs. You've been fired from your job, okay? And now you can't even get your damn food stamps. There are people who live paycheck to paycheck and food stamps provide the food. They don't have the money for it. Right. For after paying all the bills and gas for that. You absolutely right. And then think about the people who may be government employees who they're not getting a check because, they don't make enough. But now that the government is shut down, they're not getting that check. And now the food stamps, they can't get that either. What a effed up situation to be in. And then if y'all think about it, the government was the number one job that people told you was, the employer that you didn't have to worry about. Ain't that some shit? I'm like, they would always tell you what, get you a good government job. I'm just like, ain't nothing safe. The only thing to me that's safe is stuff that you do on your own. Whatever you can do on your own to make money, that's going to be your security. And she will get cash assistance too, depending on her caseworker with a job. It's sad they will go as far to investigate to ensure you did nothing to sabotage your employment. Listen, in Georgia, I was saying that yesterday. If you apply for, what is that? Unemployment, good luck. Georgia unemployment, I said, oh my goodness, they are, you will be evicted and on the street before you get a check. And frankly, they will deny your application a lot of times, even if you got fired and say, oh, it was your fault. And then you have to go through a hearing. I'm just like, what is this? Like, this is not, yeah, it's really terrible. Now, I got this on the screen, y'all. Wait a minute. Am I showing y'all the right thing? I think I'm showing y'all the wrong one. Oh, I think I'm showing. Let me see if I'm showing y'all the wrong one. Yeah, I'm showing y'all the wrong one. Because somewhere in stupid Donald Trump's messed up membrane, y'all, he thinks that he's doing a great job. I think Donald Trump has some kind of mental problem. Because even if you were so delusional that you, for some reason in your crazy mind, the little voices told you that you were doing such a good job, can you read? Or even if you can read, wouldn't you see on social media what everybody is saying? Because for some reason, this lunatic seems to think he's doing a great job. And I'm just wondering, what damn economy is this man referring to? Talking about the economy is booming, costs are way down. I'm just listening to this bullshit right here. This is crazy right here. I said, this man is nuts.
Past since that time, since we've done so much, we have really done a lot. It's frankly a very different world. America is back, and America is respected perhaps like never before. Our economy is roaring, our border is secure, and our country is poised for greatness. We are doing better than anyone ever thought possible, and no president has ever come even close to doing what we've done in 9 months. But just think of it. 1 year ago, we were still in the middle of a presidential campaign. Can you believe that? It seems like 10 years have passed since that time, since we've done so much. We have really done a lot. It's frankly a very different world. America is back, and America is respected perhaps like never before. Our economy is roaring, our border is secure, and our country is poised for greatness. We are doing better than anyone ever thought possible, and no president has ever come even close to doing what we've done in 9 months. But just think of it. 1 year ago, we...
What? What the hell is dude even talking about? Like, he has to be losing his mind. Like, what is he talking about? Like, something is wrong with this man. I said, now look, I don't know everything about politics, but a lot of times I'll watch different stuff and then I'll be like, okay, I got it. I understand what they're saying. This dude is the only one that believe what he's talking about. Like, this is crazy. If y'all look at the chat, these people are wearing his ass out. They're like, what? Like, what economy is he talking about? This is a mess. Like, they like, Father God, please turn his mic off, please, and thank you. Is the affordability in the room with us? He's not talking to us. He's talking to his billionaire buddies. He definitely ain't talking to us. You mean our economy is booming into hell? Like, even if you're a Trump supporter, you gotta admit he talks in extremes. Completely different world. Economy is booming. Gas is low. Groceries are low. Talks in extreme lies. It's just like, what like, what economy are you a part of? This doesn't make any sense. What side of the bed did he wake up on? Like, this is too much. Right. Sounds like an SNL skit. Like, this shit, you cannot make this up. He's right. They have done a lot, and this is a different kind of world. And no president has come close to doing what he's done in 9 months. That's correct. That is correct. But toward the bad side of things, I think he's trying to reflect on what he's done as if he's done these great things. And I'm like, well, you've done some things that no president has done, but you're kind of like on the Delulu side. I'm like, this dude is absolutely crazy. Well, listen, y'all know Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I just do not like. And I do not like this woman because she is MAGA. And now, you know, she wants to flip and act like, oh, they're doing all of these things. Girl, they've been doing these things and you were right with them. You were right with them doing this bullshit. But now Marjorie Taylor Greene is up for re-election soon. So you know what that means? She wants to convince the world that you know, Donald Trump, and well, she did not directly address Donald Trump. In all honesty, she's really said that she, you know, she still supports Donald Trump, but she doesn't like what they're doing. And I'm just like, girl, you are just really trying to get reelected because all of the stuff that they're doing now, I'm sorry, they've been doing it. So she is pretty much basically wanting to save her job. Right. Marjorie is a fence straggler. She sways, the direction blows her too. Yeah. And I think too that with her, she wants to be reelected, right? Because when all of this was coming out with regards to, you know, the Obamacare and them raising the prices of the, you know, Obamacare, she was with it. But then she came back later and said how it affected her children. And I'm like, girl, you have people that elected you to do a job and you talking about your, you know, your kids. I get it. You know, this affects your kids, but what about the people that voted for you? Like, did they mean anything? So she's doing interviews to save her job.
Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia. She serves on the House Oversight and Homeland Security Committees. Congresswoman, thanks so much for joining us. When we spoke the other day, last month, it was relatively recently, you acknowledged that the cost of living here in the United States is still high under President Trump. Is that a major reason why Republicans, you believe, lost the elections the other day?
It's a massive reason, and I think they were surprised by it. But it's been something I've been talking about for quite some time, and that's the most important thing people care about: the ability to put food on the table, a roof over their heads, and also their safety and security for their financial future.
Speaker Mike Johnson, Senate Majority Leader Thune, and Vice President J.D. Vance, they all downplayed the election results, disputing that this is a broader wake-up call for your party. Are they wrong?
I don't think they should downplay it. I'm from Georgia, and we lost 2 very important public service commission seats that were statewide races in the state of Georgia. I think that should be a big wake-up call to my home state. We've got the entire slate coming up in 2026 with governor, lieutenant governor, secretary of state, and John Ossoff's Senate seat is up for election. So I think it's a major wake-up call, as well as other down-ballot races in like Pennsylvania and Mississippi.
You've been really clear, including on this show, about your unhappiness with both Speaker Johnson and Leader Thune. Who would you rather see lead Republicans in Congress?
I think that's a very hard question. Here's my issue. I'm America first, and I don't apologize for that. And I believe Congress, both Democrats and Republicans, should be serving the American people. And when you campaign on America first, it's like having a restaurant advertising like a certain type of food, and then you don't deliver America first, and your customers come in your restaurant and the food's totally different, and they're like, wait a minute, this isn't what I was coming in for. You're not going to have those return customers. And I see it through that business lens. And here, I was telling my staff on the way here, I said, I voted to fund the government on September 18th. And here we are today is November 6th. And the House has not been in session since then. And I truly believe that's an utter failure. And you can't expect people to show up and be passionate about voting for you when you're not even going to work, and they're going to work every single day and struggling to pay their bills.
So there's no one you can think of that you would like to see lead the Republicans in Congress?
I haven't even heard those conversations yet, but we're not even meeting. So it's hard to do that.
The President Trump told Senate Republicans
she's definitely full of SHIT. She's generally now knowing that she's up for re-election. So now it's, now she's talking all of this. Girl, this is the same government that is trying to make these people Obamacare premium go up. You just said you voted to fund the government, so you agreed to it. She full of it. She's just trying to save her job.
behind closed doors yesterday, as you probably read about, that Republicans are getting, quote, killed over the government shutdown, and that's why they must change their approach or risk future losses. I know you feel similarly. Have you spoken directly with the president about this?
I have not, but I did speak to him some time ago about using the nuclear option and overriding the filibuster. And I told him, I said, Mr. President, this is the only way you're going to get your agenda across. And I called for it. I think it was early October. I actually started calling saying that, Democrats should vote to fund the government, but Republicans are equally responsible. And if they're serious about funding the government, they should use the nuclear option and override the filibuster to get it done. And so I'm very pleased to see President Trump saying the same thing I'm saying.
I'm just curious, when did you talk to him about that? Because he came out recently, as you well know, and called for Republicans to get rid of the filibuster and use the nuclear option. Do you think that could have been tied to your push for that, or when did you talk to him?
I think I spoke to him about that on that issue. That phone call was actually several months ago, because I had been seeing it coming. We're not accomplishing the agenda. We're not passing bills that reflect his executive orders, and there is no effort to have any type of consensus on a health care plan, which I am very passionate about, as health insurance premiums are crushing Americans. And but I'm not sure what changed his mind on that, but he called for it before in his first administration. So this is something that President Trump believes in.
Have you talked to him during the shutdown?
No, I have not spoken to him with the shutdown.
You obviously are very devoted to President Trump. You've made that clear. You have campaigned for him. Is there anything, though, you'd critique or do differently?
My critique is not being focused on America first, but I largely blame that on our Congress, because I serve in the House. I also blame that on who's advising him in the White House. Keeping him on nonstop tours around the world and nonstop meetings with foreign countries' leaders is not America first. It's just not. I think domestic policy should be the most important issue that the president and the Republican-controlled House and Senate are working on, and that showed up in the election on Tuesday.
But as the president, does he get some responsibility for that?
Well, of course. I mean, every president is responsible for the way that they lead, but they're also in a silo of information. And I think that's why after the election on Tuesday, you saw President Trump come out and react differently, probably because they couldn't keep him siloed. And here's the polls, sir, and this is what people are saying. I think he saw for himself, and he's reacted.
It's very interesting. You're an influential Republican in the House of Representatives, and we hear you breaking with your party on several issues like the shutdown, the government shutdown, health care, foreign policy, the Epstein files. You say that's nothing new, but Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she's arguing that this is all a, quote, revenge tour on your part because President Trump prevented you from running for Georgia's Senate seat next year. Is there any truth to her claim?
No, there's no truth to it. I actually put out a statement earlier this summer on why I didn't want to run for Senate. And if you look at the gridlock in the Senate right now, that actually I find repulsive. It just shows, why would I'm a serious person. I like to achieve things. I never want to go work somewhere where you can get nothing done.
So do you have any ambitions for a statewide or nationwide office?
So everyone's asking me that, and I think it's because Washington has never seen someone come in with pure intentions. I'm literally one of those disenfranchised, forgotten Americans that feels like the government has failed them, and I just so happened to get elected to Congress. So I didn't come in here with some sort of career or desire to just continue climbing the ladder. All I really want to do is do the job that I'm doing right now, and I'm trying very hard to do it, but we can't even go to work. So it's pretty hard to do it.
Are you completely ruling out the possibility of running for president in 2028?
So that was a rumor that got started yesterday, completely baseless. I never said I was running for president in 2028. I said I wasn't running for governor. In this upcoming election. I said I wasn't running for Senate in this upcoming election, and I haven't said I'm running for president. Think about this. I'm against foreign wars to the military-industrial complex. Do you think they'd donate to me? No. I'm against Big Pharma, so do you think Big Pharma would donate to me? No. Health insurance industry? Absolutely not. I've been burning them to the ground. So I wouldn't be a candidate that would have all that big donor money. I'd have to send out like small dollar campaign.
I'm sorry, lady. I don't believe shit she says. I believe she's trying to save her job. That's what I believe. This lady was so up Donald Trump's ass, and now all of a sudden she's saying all of these things. But this is stuff that people have been saying about everything, that was going on. She's up in meetings at the Senate calling people, her and Jasmine Crockett had got into it. She's talking about Jasmine's eyelashes. This lady is full of shit. Now, I hope she loses her job. I really do. She is so full of shit. Yeah, she's full of it. I don't believe shit she says. I don't understand, how these people were elected to do a job, and now all of a sudden Donald Trump is their master. Donald Trump didn't elect y'all, so I really hope she loses her damn job. I really do. I hope she loses her job, and I hope they send her ass packing, because I think she is, horrible. A lot of these Republicans, they are the reason a lot of this is going on. I mean, they have the power to, say no. Like, I hope a lot of them lose their jobs. Now, did y'all hear about the man, the pharma executive who passed out? He was in the Oval Office. He passed out. I said it was because their ass was lying so damn much. The man done passed out. He passed out. All them damn lies they were telling. All right, wait a minute. I got the wrong clip. Give me a second. I got to bring up something else, y'all. Trying to get to my notes. Why does this say? I think I got the wrong thing. All right, give me a second. I gotta bring up something else here. But yeah, I hope this bra lose her job. She's so full of it. She's full of it. She's just trying to, get reelected. She don't care. She doesn't care. Now, we had spoke about Blueface and Chrisean and Jaidyn yesterday. And here we go again with these fools. Chrisean Rock posted this. I'm like, here we go again with these idiots. Blueface ain't been out a week, and here we go with this crap. So Chrisean posted this. Oh, and also I got something else I want to show y'all. So Chrisean posted this accusing Blueface's other baby mama of asking him for money and taking his kids away. But this is something else that I want to let y'all know, and I was able to find the proof. People have been talking about for a minute, damn, like, what's wrong with Chrisean baby? Why is Blueface and, his mother, why they not helping the baby? They are saying that that is not his baby and that she knows that that is not his baby, that it was really something that they kind of received a financial benefit for by playing along with the narrative. But they're saying that Blueface is not that child's father. And I'm going to show y'all a clip that Blueface did a long time ago. And he says that the reason why he played into the narrative of that being his baby was because he was paid $100,000 by Zeus. He said that they been got a test on that baby and that is not his baby. And I'm like, okay, now it's starting to make sense, because I was wondering, like, why won't they go and get that baby and help her, maybe take the baby to the doctor or something? But they're saying, he did a video a long time ago saying that that's not his baby. So Chrisean Rock sends this message to Twitter to Jaidyn, which is his baby mother, the other Mexican lady. It says, Jaidyn, I don't know what's up with you, but watch your mouth. I don't want to see you in harm's way, all because of your bitter and sour heart. Carlissa not even showing the messages between her and Blue, like how you took his kids from him just to ask for $1,000 through her. I don't understand why Chrisean cares about what the mother of his children is asking for, and why the hell does it concern her? But anywho, she says, he just got out. He don't got to give you nothing. How you take a man's kids, then turn around and ask him for money right after he comes home, 2 years in prison. I don't understand why is this her business. She said he took us out on his last, and y'all know he's never really on his last, but that's not the point. It's just bitter and evil behavior. Before Blue left, he left Jaidyn with a career, a car, and his chains. No, she didn't say his chains. Girl, what? He didn't even do that for me. This is too funny. She said he didn't do that for her, probably because that is not his son. Okay. And he and I guess, still showed up the first year. Even when I gave up, I can still appreciate that he never held it against me and still wanted to be a daddy to Sonny. Sonny, she probably shouldn't say Sonny, considering that last boyfriend that they saying is that baby's father. I think his name is Sonny. But anywho, so of course she responded. Jaidyn said, Chrisean, I know you're coming down. You're coming down. She talking about the girl on rugs. Y'all know, coming down. Okay. She high? Okay. And now you want to process things 3 days later. But thank you for putting a threat in writing. I never asked him or nobody for money the entire time he been gone. Please show me a message where I did. You still asking to stay on people's couch. Your kid using toys and furniture I bought over there after all this time. I don't know why she bringing a poor little baby in it. But anyway, she said me and him haven't spoke before or after he got out. I know you want me to be bitter because in your heart you envious that you gotta bark at the door to be let in. And God opens doors for me. I wouldn't be mad. She said, I would be mad too. That might explain why you was trying to put my kids on live more than you posted your own kid. Envy, bitter would have been me saying they couldn't go at all. I came and got my kids because an incompetent person, she calling Chrisean the competent person, was around without my consent or presence. But what or how I parent should not be your main concern when you should be taking notes. Well, I feel like what they're doing, right, they need therapy. I think they're trying to do another show because I'm going to show y'all something else. And then when I found the video and Blueface was pretty much saying, I been knew that that wasn't my baby. I said, okay. So the narrative was to keep all of this going in the public, because for some reason people are tuned into mess. And then what you do is you keep people tuned in the public. And then now, Chrisean is on Zeus and she's, constantly talking about Blue not being a good father. And so it makes for messy TV. So Blueface, this is what he basically says that Jaidyn and Chrisean left him high and dry when he went to prison. Chrisean says Blue stumped her out and is mad that she wouldn't pay his bill. So this is what he said on X. When you do time, you will never forget who left you there. If either of them think they could ever get back with me under one roof, they high off DICK and balls. These people need some serious help. Chrisean said, BITCH. I left a cheat ASS ninja the fuck. I look like paying your bills and you cheating. LOL NIGGA. Get them itches to do it. BIT. Chrisean looked out for me more than Jaidyn though, just to keep it 100. That's why I halfway respect her. He said he probably got 7 to 8 months out of Chrisean, and I appreciate that. But Jaidyn fagged off first week. Wait a minute. Y'all know what he's talking about? Jaidyn was allegedly messing around with some girl. Did y'all? I don't know if y'all remembered that, but I remember when he went to jail, she was cozied up with a female, and I was just like, oh boy. So Chrisean shows this picture, the NIGGA stumped me out for saying bigot. So I guess she's showing, she says same N-word that never gave my son a chance. Same N-word that posts my son P for clout. Same N-word. I think she means that disowned him knowing he was your son. I don't think so. She said, you are evil. You are evil AB. I thought you changed. You didn't. You pretending. Then he says, I got out thinking I had a girlfriend, Angela, on lock in, but I guess nothing is ever really locked in. So now I'm back on the prowl for some serious. Both of my baby moms left me in prison, stranded for dead. If I wasn't out today, they'd still be fagging off. This dude is stupid. They will never get the chance to do that again. Don't let them run you off, ladies. This guy is a mess. This is too much. He says, I remember one day I ran out of store. I don't know what that means. Obviously eating heavy to gain. So I got a $25 candy bag, which cost $50 in jail currency. He says, so I called Jaidyn. I said, hey, can you send this $50 cash app for me? She said, I can't. I need it for gas. I haven't spoken with her since. Dead homies. Y'all, these people need help. Now, listen to this. Now, this is what I want to show y'all. Now, remember I said that I feel like a lot of this, what they're doing is really to kind of, build up this momentum, because I'm sure they're going to come out and say they have some ridiculous show and they want everybody to watch it. So I found this.
100, you know what I'm saying? You my nigga, you know what I mean? So we keep it 100.
All right, let me stop it. So this video is pretty old. I can't give you like a time frame, but in this video, what's his name? Blueface talks about that baby is not his child. And he says that he was literally paid to even play around with the narrative that he was the child's father. And I thought about it. I said, that makes sense, because I'm just wondering, like, if this your baby, why? I mean, what's going on here? So listen to this video.
We keep it 100, you know what I'm saying? You my nigga, you know what I mean? So we keep it 100. What do you think?
I think it's her ex, honestly. They've been known to deal longer than we've been known to deal. While we was continuing to deal. I think the baby looks like him, honestly.
You don't think the baby looks nothing like you at all?
What you think?
Man, hey, man, I ain't really looked at the baby like that, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to take your word.
I got kids already, so it's like, I'm expecting something. But it's scientifically proven. It's not my child. Swabbed them. Yeah, swabbed them. I got paid to do that first little issue, so if y'all not paying me, if somebody want to give me $100,000.
So pretty much in this interview, he was asked about, about the paternity of the, what's the baby's name? Junior. Okay. So basically what he's saying is there was a DNA test already done. The baby was already swabbed. He said, that is not my baby. He says that he believes that the baby's father is that guy. I think his name is Bronny. He says that what he's saying is him and Chrisean, meaning the other guy, had messed around much longer than him and Chrisean. And he felt like that he was the baby daddy. So basically what he's saying is we did a DNA test a long time ago. And he's pretty much saying that that is not his child. Like, so now that I'm seeing stuff online, and some of the stuff that I'm seeing online is Blueface's mother, and she's like, yeah, we're going to get a DNA test. And I'm just like, girl, why are y'all playing with us? So what he's saying is that they've already had a DNA test and that this is not his child, which makes sense. He says pretty much I went along with the narrative because I was paid. And I said, okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. But then get into this one, because this is what made me be like, okay, now this is definitely them setting up, something to try to, come on TV with some ridiculous ass ghetto show for us to watch.
Depends on who you was raised by. And since he was raised by me and his daddy, we understand. And he gave a very clear definition yesterday of why he has to do what he has to do. So we got that coming. In a few weeks, we'll get that DNA back. Everything will start working out. We'll figure it out. I'm sure he'll have the baby and all types of therapy now. I'm so grateful to God that we'll start to get somewhere. Yesterday was real ugly. It was real ugly. But I thought about it and I see now what he means. Like we're all women working off of emotions, and he others. It depends on who you was raised by.
So, and they all in the chat like that's Ronnie's son. So pretty much what he's saying is they've already got a DNA test and that this is not his child. I mean, that's what, that's pretty much what, what Blueface is saying. So I'm like, this is all something that they're setting up to try to come and tell us that they got some bullshit ghetto ratchet show that they want us to watch. Now, y'all, we are almost at 100K. If y'all can, if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100K. It will also help if y'all go ahead and share the video, okay? Now, I'll see y'all on Saturday.